My whole time on the server, everyone has known me as a pacifist. If I were to ask you who you think the perfect nations player is, who would you think of? I have one thing to say, Clownpierce. When I think of the perfect nations player, I think of Sammy Stickman. He looked his assassin right between the eyes, and he said no more. I stand by your side.
Somebody's finally making sense.
Your voice Smith.
Welcome to Nations, a Minecraft event with over 100 players, each hoping to survive to the end. My goal this season was simply to survive as a pacifist, but I owed someone on my team a favor, and that someone is certainly not a pacifist. Before we begin, I should let you know that this season had a twist. Each nation had the ability to bend an element, like an avatar. I was an air nation, so the event started with the airbending master, Alex, teaching the nation how to bend.
My name is Alex, and today I will teach you all the arts of airbending and farting good.
Yeah. After that, I met up with Galaxy and my hero, Urku, and we spent the early session grinding for...
I'm dead.
Actually?
No! Now, unfortunately, on this server, death is permanent. Meaning my hero is now out of the rest of the event. He only lasted 16 minutes. But before we had time to mourn, hunger was enabled, so Galaxy and I took the opportunity to farm some wheat and talked about our goals for the rest of the event.
One of my plans was to be a kind of, if I was elected into a position of power, try to play the faux isolationist route. What's going to happen is you're still going to get attacked, and so all those like bloodthirsty people are going to be pleased because they still get to fight, like obviously. But the peace people are like, well, we tried. That kind of plays both sides.
I applied on the premise of being a pacifist through and through.
Okay, yeah. You can definitely like manipulate the words a little bit too. You could be like, hey, like, you know, it goes to show that these people don't want peace. They claim to, if they claim to want peace, that they're lying. If they kill me, just remember, remember me if they attack.
That's exactly what I'm going for. I'm not going to attack by violence, I'm going to attack by reputation. Despite our differences, I had a feeling Galaxy would be a good ally for the event. A few moments later, we found out about a small base of operations that the rest of the Air Nation started establishing. So we packed up our cross and found our team. For the majority of day 2, I farmed and mined for resources, until the admin, JJK, called us back home for an election. See, in this server, every nation has one leader who gets a crown. This crown is special, because it gives its user an extra 10 hearts for a total of 20. As a pacifist, I had no need for extra health. However, I still wanted the crown to guide my team towards peace. So, when it came time for my speech, I was prepared. My friends, I would like to make this season of Nations one for the history books. Too many times have we fallen into chaos and war, been murdered, been betrayed, been quietly snuffed out, never to be heard from again. Well, I call on all of you now to say no more. Say no more to the dictator who tries to take your freedom. Say no more to the warmonger who tries to take your life. Say no more to the lowly thief who only wants to cause trouble. Start saying yes to peace. I have a question for you all. If I were to ask you who you think the perfect nations player is, who would you think of? Is it Choof, who couldn't live with himself after achieving his goals? Bry, whose lack of communication caused his entire plan to split in two? Or Clownpierce, who killed every player in his way, leaving him alone? These people are survivors, sure, but they aren't who I want to model a civilization after. Do you? No, when I think of the perfect nations player, I think of Sammy Stickman. He knew how to say no more. He saw his people being thwarted on the battlefield, and he said no more. He knew there were hostile forces who wanted to attack him, and he said no more. And in his final moments, he looked his assassin right between the eyes, and he said no more. He never hurt anyone, he only wanted to live his life. The only problem, the one that unfortunately led to his demise, was that he didn't have enough friends by his side. Which brings me to today. Let's pick up where he left off. Will you be the friends by my side? Will you say no more to the chaos of this world? Will you make this server one to remember? The choice is yours now. Say no to war. Say yes to peace! The vote was decided via a poll on Discord, and I wasn't even close to winning. The two frontrunners were a player named Maker and Galaxy. I thought back to our talk by the river and tried to sway the vote in Galaxy's favor, but even then, it wasn't enough. Maker won the crown by 1 vote.
I thank you for this honor. One thing I have to say is that we will not be burnt by the fires of the Fire Nation. We will not be drowned by the Water Nation. We will not be crushed underfoot by the might of the Earth Nation. We shall rise above to the skies and the heavens. Let us take our place in history.
With this person in charge, I felt anxious. Of course, I wanted our nation to survive any attacks, just as anyone would. But I didn't believe in Maker's way of doing it. Regardless, I swallowed my pride and continued farming and mining, before Maker and the rest of Plains decided we would move our home base to the northern mountain. Between sessions, the 4 leaders, Code, Saw, Toasted, and Maker, all held a meeting, where they unanimously agreed that once borders opened, there would be free trade and travel across the nations, and no aggression unless provoked. Essentially, world peace. I was elated. I could not have been more wrong about Maker. He did exactly what I hoped to do from day one. We met up with some people from Water Nation who showed us their abilities and their base, while we did the same. It couldn't have gone better. And that's exactly why it went worse.
We'll see what he says.
No! I knew it! I told you all it was a bad idea!
The whole call was in shambles. No one knew what was going on. It wasn't until JJK made a stage in the Discord and allowed Clownpierce to speak that things got a whole lot clearer.
As you can see, we just kind of took the crown from Maker, and honestly, let me just say, I have some big shoes to fill. Maker did an amazing job at setting this place up, but I don't think Maker was right for the times anymore. This nation is gonna change. World peace does not exist. That was a lie told to you by Maker. I'd just like to do one exercise. I want to know if you guys accept me as your king, and I'd like you to put your username in the chat if you don't.
This was the moment I dreaded. The most aggressive player on the server now had the crown. I opposed everything he stood for. The single worst person to have a crown, and it was the crown of my own nation. I knew what I had to do, so I asked to join the stage and speak to him face to face.
Can we get your boy Jay Smith up here?
My whole time on the server, everyone has known me as a pacifist.
Yes, sir.
I have one thing to say, Clownpierce. Over 1 year ago, all the way back in Nation Season 1, I was slain by a traitor in our team. This traitor was exiled by our leader. But that wasn't enough, was it? In exchange for joining you in Desert and living under your rule, our leaders asked that you hunt and kill the same person who killed me. And you did. Ever since that day, I've made it my duty to return that favor. Which is why today, I'm willing to say that I stand by your side.
Oh,
Somebody's finally making sense.
your boy Smith. Let's go. You can have
Let's
a bread
go.
now.
The pacifist was dead. In their place stood a soldier, ready to stand at Clown's side and take over nations. For over a year, I've owed this man a favor, and this could be my only chance to finally pay it back. But with the entire server now turned against us, surviving this war would not be easy. Those of us who sided with Clownpierce formed an army, and we launched our first attack on the Earth Nation.
Take down the Earth
Is that
people.
you
Go,
guys?
go, go.
Kill them. Just kill them.
That's
Kill
what we
them.
have.
Who cares if standing around? Kill them.
Oh, holy shit.
Nice.
Okay.
That's the king. That's the king. That's the king.
Destroll.
Okay, let's dip, guys. Let's dip.
Cormac is solo. Yeah.
Nice.
let's go.
Go. Behind. Watch out.
Leave.
Just dip, guys. Just
Leave.
dip.
Everyone leave. Everyone leave. Everyone leave. Behind
Do I need
you.
help?
We picked off a few players, but we were severely outnumbered, so as soon as we showed up, we were going like the wind. See what I did there? During the battle, Clown was on his own in fire, and he picked off a few members as well. Unfortunately, the opposing teams were a lot more hell-bent on killing him than us, so he had been on the run for a while. Once he let us know he was in danger, an entire army formed at his location, and our second battle ensued.
Clown,
I'm with you.
Behind you. Just get to land. Get to land. Go back to the land and fight. Go back to the land and fight. We can't fight them in one.
Good job, guys. Let's get
Come on,
him.
guys. Let's go.
Oh no,
Good
it's
bait.
one of us. It's one of us.
Do we leave here? Do we leave?
We leave?
Yeah, I think we leave. Oh my god. I'm dead. I'm dead here. Dolphin. Unlucky. 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 During the battle, I lost my teammates in Water Nation, and I spent the next while looking for them. I found 2 of them.
Oh, wait.
I see you. I see you. I'm here.
Who is this? Yeah.
I'm just saying
Yes.
you guys should revive me.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And who else should be the next to join us, except for the man himself?
What's up, guys?
My goat. No sooner after we find Clownpierce does he head underground, leaving the 3 of us alone on the surface again. Now before I continue, I feel I need to catch you up to speed with the internal conflicts of the Air Nation. Not all the surviving members of Air stood with Clown. We had suspicions of spies within our ranks, and 2 Air members were at the top of the suspect list, Jenny and Choppy. The reason I'm telling you this is because we happened to find one of them at the top of the mountain.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Nice.
When I was asking what happened when Maker died.
Oh, Pearl.
You got a pearl.
That's water.
It's Skyfall.
One clever pearl saved her life, this time. But next time, she won't be so lucky. She alerted her team of our location just as Nick and Pierce both went underground too, meaning an army of 4 pulled up on me, all alone. Oh, I'm so dead. I was able to evacuate, but once again, I'd lost my teammates, and I had to survive in a hostile environment all by myself. I tried looping back around to find my team again, but I found someone else instead. I see Chubby Cheese. Do I just kill him?
Yeah, kill
Kill.
Please.
Please? Thank you.
Photon?
Yeah, hold on.
I don't have any wood.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Choppy Cheese is dead!
And just like that, one traitor was gone, only one left.
Wait, how's Choppy Cheese alive?
Cheese died.
How's he alive?
That's crazy.
What?
What?
Oh, he was AFK.
Are you fucking kidding me? Still on my own, I found an Earth member all alone. They had worse gear than me, so I knew I would win this fight. I chased after them when. Oh my god! Holy shit! Okay, the entire armada has found me. Like I said, a hostile environment. I managed to find Dark, Clown's right-hand man,
Yo.
and we stuck together to hunt some more players.
Come
here. While traveling, however, the worst happened.
Fucking holy shit! Yeah, I'm dead. GG.
No,
Oh my
Darkus.
No.
GG.
With Clownpierce down, I had one final choice to make. I could have let this go, returned to my life as a pacifist, and pretended that I had completed what I'd promised to do all that time ago. But that's not why I'm here. I promised myself that I would help Clown in any way I could, and goddammit, if I didn't intend to keep that promise, with or without him. With Clown's death, Air was once again without a leader, so Dark stepped up.
Let's go, Dark. Let's go, Dark.
This meant my closest ally now had an extra 10 hearts. Together, we were unkillable. Fueled by power and fury, we marched into Earth Nation to slaughter anyone in our way. When we found it deserted, we took to burning the entire place down, so everyone would know the names Dark Live and when you...
Who the? There's people here. There's people here. Run. But they said to keep battles for later.
It was him. The very person responsible for this whole journey. The person I wanted to model myself around. I reflected for a moment and realized in a way I had. Sammy was a pacifist, but when his friends needed him, he was ready to fight. And, in a cruel twist of irony, it turned out the person he was fighting was me. 2 pacifists turned soldiers, face to face, for the first and the last time. Solemnly, I accepted my fate. And noped the fuck out of there, are you kidding?
Who the? There's people here. There's people here. Run. But they said to keep battles for later. Excuse me.
There's so many of them.
Smith, run.
I'm running.
That was such a bad bro. Please land. But they really just said no. Do you survive?
I'm here. I'm right behind you. So yeah, we escaped, right? Big whoop. You want to know what the actually absurd part of this was? The fact that within a couple moments, the leaders would meet again, and Dark would negotiate an alliance with these guys. I know! Went from attacking us to allying with us over the course of one leaders meeting. So, we waited for them to catch up with us before joining the rest of Fire Nation. Oh! Then once we were ready, we launched our final attack on Water and Earth.
Fuck
Oh,
me.
they're coming down. Let's go! Despite our number disadvantage, we managed to force them back to the sea. Unfortunately, with their ability to water bend, that was where they had the advantage. We were practically at a stalemate, until the admins decided we would finish the battle at Exile Island. And who should we find there but our old friend... Wait,
I'm
Jenny?
not
She got away from me last time. So more than anything, I wanted to take her down.
Jenny's dead?
Yeah,
What?
Jenny's
Smith,
dead.
look out!
Nope, I'm dead. Doc, you saved me.
No,
Holy shit.
No, I
had one
got
heart.
you. I got your back. I got your back always, guy.
I had
My
one
guy.
heart.
I
saw you.
always got your back.
Once again, she got away. But one of these times, I swear, I will have her head. A few moments later, I found her alone on the shore, and I knew this was my chance. One-on-one, her versus me. For the honor of the king.
Who's that? Who's that? I think that's Air.
That's
Another person.
if it's Eric,
Is that Nick?
it could be
Oh, I think it's
might be
Nick.
Nick.
It's Nick.
G.
Jenny's dead. Jenny's dead.
He has jump boost.
Jenny's dead.
Jenny may as well be dead.
Jenny's dead.
No, dude! In a world of chaos and violence, is it any surprise that it ended this way? Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I had remained peaceful, rebelled against Clownpierce, and lived my life as I'd intended from the start. Would I have lived to see the end, or would I have been killed by Clown himself? I suppose there's no way of knowing. But I do know one thing. Despite everything, despite betraying everything I stood for, despite all the people I helped kill, I wouldn't change a thing. The battle was lost, but the war was won. And I returned a year-old debt to a Minecraft legend. Something I will never forget. Until we meet again.
What if I'll
Dark Life.
PayPal you $25?
Oh.
You can fight me. If you win, you take it.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I'm on
He's hacking. He's hacking.
All right.
Isabella
I won.
enemy? Is Isabella enemy?
Good Darky win this.
And if he loses,
What's going on?
Oh, Ray. Oh god. Oh god.
Awesome. Actually, I need him alive, Ray. Please.
It's fine.
Don't kill this man. Don't kill this man.
Yeah.
Oh, potion of luck is working. Look at that. For some diamonds.